One of the things that interior designers hear a lot is, I'm looking for the wow effect. And I get that. I really relate to that. Of course, we want a visual impact. But for me, the most important aspect of designing our homes is about designing a space that supports our well-being. And our homes have the power to help us heal whatever it is we're carrying, because we're all carrying stuff mentally, emotionally. We're carrying it in our bodies, and it's impacting the well-being of our bodies, not just our psychological well-being, but our physiological well-being is impacted by the mental and emotional dis-ease that we're carrying. But our homes, regardless of whether we own them or whether we're renting them, they have a power that we can tap into to help us start to release what isn't serving us on every level. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the various ways. All of them are simple, all of them are budget friendly, renter friendly. A lot of them don't require you spending a penny. And I do have a range of videos that goes into most of these topics. But in this video, I just wanted to weave all those threads together and to just shine a light on the bigger picture of what our homes can do for us. So if you're ready, let's get stuck in. The first thing I want to talk about is our use of color, because color can help us to create that wow effect that we're looking for, while also really impressing our subconscious minds and our bodies in ways that we might not be consciously aware of. So the most fundamental thing you need to know is about color temperature. So that is warm colors and cool colors. The color wheel is divided into warm and cool, and they have different abilities to promote different energies, different feelings within us. And when it comes to color palette, we're not just talking about the colors on our walls, we're talking about the colors in our furnishings, in our decor, in our art, in our fixtures and fittings. Everything that you see is part of your color palette and has an effect on us. So warm colors will stimulate us and energize us. So they're very useful in the parts of our homes that are maybe social or productive. So think about kitchens, dining rooms, playrooms, anywhere where you want to do something or where you want to gather and have lively connection between people. And then the cool colors, so your greens, blues, purples, they help to calm us and just generally quieten things down. So the places to think about these will be our bedrooms, our living rooms, your study, anywhere where you want to have a quiet atmosphere to help you relax, decompress, maybe to help you focus. Then think about the cool colors. And I go through all of these in more depth in my video on color psychology, which I will link below. The other thing to bear in mind when you're choosing your color palette is your seasonal personality type. And again, I have a video that explains this in more depth. And I have a free quiz on my website that I link below that can help you with that. But essentially, color psychology doesn't just categorize colors, it also categorizes us according to seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. And the seasons that are most dominant within us, we'll all have a blend, but we'll have one or two that are more dominant. And they will affect our tastes in color palettes, home decor, all of that. But it's not just about aesthetic preferences. What we're drawn to is what supports us and helps us to regulate our nervous systems. So from that point of view, if you have clarity on what your seasonal personality type is, that can help you to choose a color palette for your home accordingly. And it's also why it's important, if you're sharing your home with a partner or with friends, whatever, that you blend your interior design styles. And I'm going to do a video on that soon, because if you want a harmonious home, then it has to be set up in a way that helps everybody to regulate the nervous system, not just the person in charge of decorating, because then you'll be going around all calm and happy, but your home decor could be having a less supportive impact on the people you're sharing your home with, which will have a knock-on effect on how you relate to one another in the spaces. So overall, color is a really important tool that can help us set up our homes to support our well-being and allow us to heal. So the next thing I want to talk about is decluttering. And I'm not pushing a minimalist agenda here, not at all. But for me, the whole significance around decluttering is in its ability to help us let go of what we don't need or what we don't love. Because we really shouldn't have anything in our homes that isn't one or the other. Something that when our eye lights on it, it gives us a boost because we love it so much, or it's helping to support our day-to-day functioning in our home because it's useful. And I'm not going to delve into the subject too much because, again, I have a video on why decluttering is self-care. But the main point that I want to make is that when we let go things we've surrounded ourselves with that we don't use or love, when we let go of that extraneous stuff, it can be really cathartic beyond what's happening in our physical environment. It can be really cathartic in our bodies and in our minds. And you really have to experience it to know that. So if you need a little bit of selling on the power of decluttering, there'll be a video on that linked below. And the next thing I want to talk about is something I very much relate to decluttering as well. It's space clearing, which is purifying and cleansing the energy in our homes. So the unseen. And I know that's getting a little woo-woo. I am a little woo-woo. This channel is a little woo, but not everything I teach or practice is woo-woo. A lot of it is grounded in science. I don't know that there's any science to back the space clearing, but there is science around the color psychology and the benefits of decluttering. But if you are open to a little woo-woo, then I would encourage you to do some space clearing. It's especially helpful after you've decluttered. It's also really good to do after there's been an argument, after somebody has been sick for a while, or when you move into a new home. Cleanse the energy of the people who were there before you and give yourself a blank slate. And space clearing doesn't have to be a convoluted process or ceremony. It can be a very simple ritual. And I have a video and actually a cheat sheet, a downloadable cheat sheet for both that I'll link below. The next thing I want to talk about is just carving out a little corner of your home where you can decompress and regulate your nervous system. It doesn't have to be anything grand. It can be just setting up your favorite chair with a little table, blanket, cushion, just making it cozy and comfy. It can be a corner in your bedroom, just a spot in your home that you will feel drawn to spend time in every day, just for a little bit of time every day, whether it's just enjoying your morning cuppa, whether it's reading, journaling, meditating, or just simply sitting and looking out and admiring the view, or people watching, whatever it is that will give you that time to yourself that you will enjoy and look forward to, and that won't involve scrolling on social media, that will just bring you into yourself and be able to exhale. It's such a simple thing, but can have a really powerful, beneficial effect. The next thing I wanted to mention is feng shui. Working with feng shui, or the Indian equivalent Vastu Shastra, can help us to really tune into working with the energy in our home and setting our homes up in ways that support our well-being. Now, I don't really promote feng shui to manifest your dream life. And again, I have a video that explains that. I'm more into tapping into it to help us with our own personal development. So feng shui and Vastu Shastra, they connect different parts of our homes with different aspects of our life. And that can help us to really garner insights into what shifts we could make in different areas of our lives that would help us. So I really see it as a powerful tool for our personal development. And again, I have a video that talks about that, which I will link below. And I don't subscribe to having to get really stressed out about feng shui guidelines and issues in your home that feng shui might flag up, unless you were raised with feng shui steeped and embedded in your culture. You don't need to get so precise about the teachings of feng shui, the guidelines of feng shui. But if you start to think about your home and how it connects to your well-being and to how you function in your day-to-day life, using feng shui guidelines can really help you to make some positive shifts. And then the last thing I want to talk about is intentionally creating the right blend of yin and yang energy in our homes. And again, both feng shui and color psychology can play really important help us with this. So yin energy is feminine energy, it's more passive, receptive. It's the energy that helps us to relax. Whereas yang energy is more masculine, more active, more doing, and it's what helps us to move through life and to get things done. And we really need a blend of both, a balance of both within ourselves and within our lives. And when we have the right blend within our homes, that will help support that. So really, that's quite a crucial piece of the jigsaw. Everything I'm talking about is about the energy in our homes and setting things up both visually and functionally to support the right energy. Because if the energy in our homes is a healing energy, then we will heal when we spend time in it. If the energy in our homes blocks healing, then it's not going to help us in that way. And if any of these points resonated with you and you do want to go in, dive into them a bit more, check out the other videos that I'll link below. I have decluttering and space clearing resources that I'll also link below. And I also have an online course called Creating Sanctuary that goes into all of these topics in more detail. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.